And we are back. Hey, Alison, how are you? Welcome back to 2026 and the Local SEO Lab. Together with Alison and myself, we do run Local SEO Lab, helping local business owners leverage their Google business profile. And today we're going to talk about Google AI mode and brand signals and what that means for local businesses. Alison, let's introduce this next topic.
Yes, this is going to be the topic for 26, and local business owners have to know about this change for search on Google. And when people go to ChatGPT, but we're going to focus on Google. That's where most of the local searches still are to this point in time. And most business owners are aware to rank on Google that you've had to rely on keywords and backlinks. That's still slightly relevant now, but it's only a tiny part on ranking these days going forwards. So it's all what's been termed is entities and brand. So for local business, I like to bring that down to something that really makes sense, which is it's all about who you are, what you do, and where you are,
Hmm.
location.
Yeah. Brand is
So
the big keyword that last year was a big thing for Google. It was all about your brand and how you were positioned online.
yep, that's exactly right. And they're saying now for AI to pick up those brand mentions about you, who you are, what you are, and where you are, you need to put that everywhere and not just on your website, I'm afraid, and not just on Google Business Profile.
Mm.
It's all about mentions.
Yeah.
So your brand, your business has to be discussed and mentioned across the internet, not
Mm.
just in one place.
Yeah.
So, when you go to Google and you do a search for a local business, what comes up first is AI overlays, which is a summary answer. And for AI to get that summary, it goes out and just doesn't search one single web page. It's called a fan search. So that means you can go and have a look yourself. When there's an AI overlay, click down below and it will show all the different searches it has done for that one keyword that you've put in.
Mm.
And what comes up is 5, 10, 15, 20 different long phrase keywords
Yeah.
around that one search.
Yeah.
And it goes across everything: Reddit, Facebook, LinkedIn,
Mm.
websites, Google business profiles, definitely for local business.
Yeah.
And so it is seen a pattern, and that's what AI is all about, is about patterns. And you need to create a pattern about your brand or who you are, what you are, and where you are, everywhere that's consistently the same across the whole internet. So that when AI does that search, does that fan out search, is finding the same message mentioned copious numerous times consistently.
Mm.
So
Now that sounds a lot, doesn't it?
it it is a lot. Fortunately, we have got AI itself to help us to do this. But if you're a local business and you don't get mentioned or discussed, you will become invisible as far as AI search is concerned.
Mm.
And that means AI overlays, overviews, that what comes up first. And then below that is AI mode, which is based on Gemini and is like ChatGPT, so it's conversational. So if you actually go, it's really interesting. If you go into AI mode and actually click into the deep search, because that first search I just mentioned is just the superficial layer. If you go into deep search, you get a bit more of a clue what AI is doing. And it is just massive, this fan out search. It is
Mm.
looking everywhere to find a pattern that will answer that question.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as a business owner, you have to create that pattern. So, getting back to reviews,
Mm.
that's a great way to be mentioned.
Yeah.
So, all business owners have to get reviews. You have to be discussed, you have to be mentioned. I would suggest start on Google Business Profile because that's obviously what consumers use, also AI, but you can't limit just to Google Business Profile.
Mm. A lot of people have been told just, Google reviews on your Google profile, but now it's even more than that, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Facebook reviews,
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to spread it around if you're, depends what niche you are, but if you're into hotels, travels, or whatever like that, or you're an actual a destination or location, TripAdvisor. If you're a restaurant, there's restaurant niche industry review sites, things like
Mm.
that. So if you're a trade services in Australia, that would be high page reviews as well. Because the more mentions you get, the more AI fan out search will pick up the pattern about your business.
Mm.
So reviews is the first one. So every business owner has to get reviews. And if, I mean, I've already said this, but if you don't do these things, you're going to be invisible
Yeah.
going forwards
Yeah.
because very few consumers are going to go beyond the answer that AI summarizes after doing that fan out search.
Mm.
And it goes across all these different entities to get a pattern, to hear what business has been mentioned all the time against all different platforms and different ways being mentioned, from reviews to citations and all those things. And then it provides a summary to the person who's doing the search. Most people will just accept that summary, and that will be just two or three businesses. Whereas before in Google search, you had those links and you could click in and go to page two, or you had more of an option, which I personally like. But very few, and you still got those options if you click down, but very few people will do that. They'll accept what AI summarizes for you. So
Mm.
that's why you've got to be this brand entity mentioned. So reviews are the first thing I do for local businesses. Obviously, get your Google reviews and then branch out to Facebook and any other platform that has reviews for your industry.
Yeah.
The next thing would be you want to be mentioned, you want to be discussed. So, if you're a business and you're part of a professional association or industry association, their website or their newsletter, or you're in a local community business networking group, every region has these networking groups, business groups, local businesses. Join them, have your business mentioned either in the newsletter, put some content on there because often they have places for content, monthly newsletters, things like that.
Yeah.
That's another way to be mentioned is industry newsletters. Reviews, you could join Facebook groups. They're being
Mm.
surfaced in AI search as well. The actual Facebook groups are being surfaced and the conversations that are going on there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is a lot more work for business owners because you should be doing reviews anyway, but you
Mm.
have to do far more than that.
Yeah.
Fresh, constant content on your website and
Yeah.
Google Business Profile is always comes up when anyone mentions anything to do with local business.
Mm.
It's got to be complete. You want fresh content, you want fresh photos, you want videos, you want the services section filled out, you want the product sections filled out, you want all your social links there, and you want it updated all the time about who you are, and what you do.
Yeah.
Which, if people want to go back on the podcast, we've actually broken down each one of those sections on the profile and how to fill
Mm.
it out completely.
Mhm.
So,
For
yeah,
those business owners that want something quick and easy, the ones that are already doing LinkedIn, you can start a newsletter on LinkedIn
yeah,
for your business.
yeah,
And that's an easy mention. You can just write about your business, tell people about it, and add links back to your profile or back to your website because
yeah,
those links get published online.
yeah, they do. And yeah, absolutely. And video.
Yeah.
Um, AI loves video. And going forward with the amount of AI content and AI avatars, people have already seen that they're so good now. But videos where it's, the local business owner who's authentic, who's real, and he's obviously not AI and is answering frequently asked questions. Doing a podcast like this is another way to be mentioned and be out there. But video is a quick, easy one. But I'm well aware for local business, this does seem overwhelming, unfortunately. But it's going to be an interesting scenario going forwards to rank
Mm.
on AI
It's going to get
search.
harder and harder, isn't it?
Yes, it is. And there's definitely going to be winners and losers, I think, for local business.
Yeah. Yeah.
And being aware of this and at least starting to, if you know about it and start thinking about it now and at least start getting reviews on different sort of platforms, that would be
Mm.
the first step. And updating your Google business profile and your website, but not just with informational content. FAQs are really important because AI is always looking for quick answers. So you've got to break your website down into really digestible short pieces of content. It's a bit like going back, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago in SEO, where that's where it was done before
Yeah.
long form content and
Yeah.
things like that. So, but you do have to be very strategically thinking differently going
Mm.
forwards to satisfy AI fan out search.
Yeah.
So you being mentioned in one place, your website only will not cut it.
Mm.
The only reason why it would be is if everyone else in your area or whatever is doing exactly the same. But there'll
Yeah.
be a few, there'll be businesses that are on top of this.
Yeah. And the thing is about this is people won't realize until a year down the track.
Mm,
They won't realize until because SEO, like we all know,
mm.
it takes a long time to progress.
Yes.
So business owners may be sitting there going, I'll be fine, I'll be fine, I'll be fine, until they're not.
Yeah. I,
Until they're 6 to 8 months, a year down the track, and they're in on page five, and then all the people that have done the work over the last 6 to 8 months are claiming the rankings.
yeah. And it'll be such a hard catch up
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because if you start now, that's why I think this is really timely because you'll be ahead of the pack for sure.
Mm,
And AI is all the large language models, whether it's Gemini or ChatGPT or whatever, they're already trained on a corpus of knowledge. So they've already got some information about your business. And so when you do the search, they go out and see if there's any updated information to add to their body of knowledge already. Now, if that body of knowledge was sort of just your website, that's all they've got. But you can update it now. And so when it does this fan out search, it puts it on top of what it already knows about your business. And as you say, if you don't do anything, because it's probably not being, doesn't seem real yet because
yeah, that's right.
it's not really affecting local business. It is if you some other websites, as we know, if you're in other industries, like if you're a what do you call it, like affiliate type website. I mean, they've already know
Mm,
this because informational searches are
yeah,
all done in AI now. So with local, where they've had a bit more breathing space, but in a way, you've had more time to prepare than what other websites have.
yeah,
So those ones who start now, as you say, you won't really see the effects of anything to it at the end of 26. And then the ones who've already started, the catch up is going to be so hard
yeah, it will be. It will be. So pe
because,
people have already started in 2025.
yeah,
You know, they're already ahead, and they're just going to keep on going because they know and they're playing the long-term game.
yeah,
So
yeah,
it's, you either, jump on board with the AI train,
mhm,
help get your business visible, and plan for the future, ultimately.
yep, yep, that's exactly right. And seriously, I also, if you're a business owner, think of it as an asset too, because when you go to, if you've got some sort of plan to sell your business, some secrets every business owner should have that sort of plan in mind. If you're showing on AI, I'm be really interested in what value that will give to a business because I know in the States, if you're a business and doesn't matter what else is happening, but if your Google business profile is in the top three and you're Chicago plumber, that business will get sold for a certain amount of money just because your
Mm,
Google business profile is ranking.
yeah, gold
And it's,
mine.
yeah, yeah. And especially if you're ranking in the top three and you've got 200 reviews, everyone knows that takes years
Yeah,
to get that.
yeah,
And that is of value.
Yeah.
So if anyone's got in succession planning, this should be part of your business. Succession planning is being ready for AI and showing
Mm.
and being visible.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, and we're even changing some of our language to local business owners and talking about a layering effect for visibility. And the layering effect is basically these different platforms, but you layer upon each other with mentions and discussions and having a roadmap of creating depth of layer
Mm.
of your business mentions. And then collectively, that becomes what the AI fan out search will find and make your business visible. But this layering effect, as we know, with SEO does not happen instantly. It's going to, we don't know how long this layering effect and these mentions takes for AI to pick up. We're still, there's a lot about this that is changing and it's really hard to measure as well. And it's
Mm.
really hard to give ROI back to business owners until further down the track. But we're just telling everyone
Mm.
get out there, be mentioned, and be on every platform as much as you possibly can.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. So for anyone listening right now, it's a lot to consume, and people are like, where do I start? What are just like three things that a business owner can just put on their roadmap to execute? What would you think those three things would be?
Reviews on three different platforms.
Yeah.
If I
And
can,
reviews are hard to get, because you may do, 10 jobs and not every single person will respond to a review and give you a
no.
review.
Well, what we've been doing, and this is gets success, depends upon your niche, of course, and depends upon with your business. Like obviously with the cafes, they get reviews organically all the time anyway. But
Yeah.
some other businesses are more transactional and very quick, so it's hard to have a relationship. But any sort of home services or trade services, you end up with some sort of relationship with doing that project, that job, whether it's block
Yeah.
drains or whatever like that. So you know if a customer's happy. So we're telling all our trade services to have a business card that's purely for Google reviews. We've now got a Facebook QR as well. And to actually give the card to a happy client and say, scan this for the Google review.
Mm.
So it's not just saying it to someone because everyone does intend to do it, then life gets in the way and you forget
Yeah.
all about it. But actually, a card that's there, even if they put it on the kitchen bench or something else, it's still
Mm.
sitting there for that Google review.
Yeah. So
And
what's the second thing?
the second thing I would say that you have to, besides reviews, you have to be mentioned and discussed. So, sorry, business owners, you have to be on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
You have to be on socials.
Yeah.
And you have to
And
try and get,
they're free platforms.
yeah, they're free.
They're
Yeah,
free platforms. With the power of AI,
yeah,
let your creativity go and come up with something that resonates with your business.
yeah. And as you say, with AI, you can repurpose your content across these platforms. It's, I mean, even now it seems crazy to think that you used to sit at a blank screen and have to start from scratch.
Yeah, I know.
Whoever does, who does that?
Yeah,
I mean, we were doing that 2 years ago or 3 years ago, but
yeah,
now it's super easy. And there's all
yeah,
the scheduling platforms. It's not
yeah,
that hard. It's just getting started and setting it up.
yeah.
And then the third one I would say for local businesses, which is, I think this is gold and it's particularly relevant to local business, is case studies.
Case study is great.
Because that is a real thing that's happened, it's not
Yeah,
just fluff. So in
yeah,
that case study, you can do those brand things that I always talk about, which is who you are, what you are, and where you do it.
yeah.
And that's what you say in your case study. And if you're a plumber or electrician or security cameras or whatever you are, your day-to-day case studies may seem boring to you, but they're not to AI and they're not to people who are searching for that service.
Mm.
So just doing informational content on your website, I mean, that can be surfaced anywhere, but a case study where you mention the location and your business name and what the problem was and what you did, it doesn't have to be long. But if you
Mm.
did consistently, I think that would turn into gold over time with
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah. And they rank well
They
on,
rank really
they rank
well.
well.
They
They
rank
rank
well.
really
And
well.
it's a trust signal. And I
Yeah.
think we've mentioned this in other podcasts. It's all about it's mentions and signals now. It's
Yeah.
not backlinks and keywords.
Yeah.
They're 1980 type terminology. Don't use them anymore. Signals and mentions are what you need.
Mm.
And the trust in case studies is there.
Yeah.
You can show your expertise, your knowledge,
Yeah.
your authority. AI
Yeah.
loves all those things.
Awesome. Perfect. Great.
There
So
we go.
three things.
Yes.
Business owners, just implement that. If you haven't spent the time investing in your business over 2025, there's three things just there that you can do right now to get ahead or get started in those rankings. So thank you once again, Alison. I appreciate your time. It's fun having you on and talking about Google Business Profiles. We hope business owners leverage their local business and good Google Business Profile because it is the future. It's still very relevant. So
Okay, till next time.
awesome. Cheers. Thanks,
Cheers.
Alison. Bye.